Josh and I are headed out to go on a long-ass road trip to Carowinds. We're going to go to this amusement park that we've been trying to go to for a long time, and it's our first like real big adventure together, I guess. And he has been there for a long time, and I've never been there, and I love carnivals, so this is going to be amazing. We're going to drop our doggies off at doggy daycare, and then we are going to go to Carowinds and try to record as much as we can while we're there. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, because back when I used to go to carnivals, there's no phones or anything, but I'll record when there's something to record and on the way. Love you. Roller coasters! And they're not open yet, so we're early. Tickets?
Well, what is that? We don't need tickets.
Season pass.
Yeah.
Closed.
We have it on the phone, no?
Concert, yeah. It's so bright I can't see anything.
Right here. Oh, Papa Louise is dining plan. Gotta get some pizza, baby. Gotta get some pizza first.
So we've been here at Carowinds for how many hours? A few hours?
5.
Ooh. We had to buy some shoes. Oops. I don't even know what I'm doing. We had to buy some shoes, and we only went on like 3 rides so far. But we were in the water park for a while, which was a lot of fun. It was awesome. Cooled down. It was a very, very hot day today. Yeah, it's on that side. We gotta walk around. Yeah. Safety mark, and I'm about to film this crazy ass ride. Are you having fun?
Yeah, I am.
It wasn't because it was super hot, but now that we're cool, it's a lot better. massive amusement park in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. The tickets are quite expensive. It's best to buy your tickets and stuff online because you do save at least a little bit of money. Altogether, for everything that we bought online, it was about $200. In person, it would have been a lot more than that. We bought our tickets, I think it was like $52 each. We bought the souvenir cup, which you buy this cup, it's $11 online or like $14 in person, and you can drink free all day long. You can get refills every 15 minutes, which is an excellent deal, especially when it's really hot. You go up, they scan the cup, and you get your drink. If you take your cup back whenever you go back to the park, then you just pay $1 each time. And that is still cheaper than having to buy a drink each time. We also bought the dining package where you pay $30 per person, and you can eat free every 90 minutes from most of the restaurants there. That is an excellent deal because most of the meals are really expensive, and they usually have it set up so that kind of 2 people can eat. Since I can't eat a lot, we only needed 1 because I wouldn't have been able to finish a meal by myself. So he got some and I just picked off his, and it was enough for me. The food there's pretty good. You get to try out all kinds of restaurants and things that you normally wouldn't be able to. It's 1 main dish and 1 side, and again, you get it free. You get a little wristband and they scan it, and you eat free every 90 minutes. They probably bank on the fact that most people are waiting in line or riding, and they don't time it and go every 90 minutes, so they don't actually serve everybody constantly. But we were trying to hit it, but we only ate 3 times while we were there. We were there on the last day that the water park was open. Carowinds was being set up, but Carowinds has not opened yet. We did get to see what it was going to look like, and for the extra $40 it would have cost us to go if we went like next week when it was open, it just doesn't look worth it. The set pieces are kind of cool, but it doesn't really look like much. If you have the money, I guess it would be fun, but it just doesn't really look worth all that extra money. We are, however, interested in going to the Winterfest and the New Year's one, especially the New Year's one, because if the rides are open, it won't be as damn hot as it was when we went. We did not like the fact that there's not a lot of shade for the rides. The lines aren't too long, and the wait's not too long because they cut the ride time down to like 30 seconds to a minute. The rides are so short. It was ridiculous. They are shorter than any ride I've ever been on, but it keeps the lines moving. It wasn't that packed, though, that they would have needed to, get it going like that, but where you wait in line for at least half the rides, there's no cover, there's no fans, there's no mist sprinklers, there's nothing to keep you cool. And when we first got there, I thought that I was going to have heat exhaustion. I'm not used to being out in the sun as it is. I'm used to being in New Zealand where it's cold, and being indoors where there's air conditioning, and to go out into heat like that with no protection, I almost couldn't handle it. I felt dizzy and sick, and my heart started palpitating, and I thought I was going to pass out multiple times. It was just too hot, and they had no protection whatsoever. No water fountains or anything like that. There was one water fountain that I saw right next to the water park, which it wasn't really needed there because you could have just gone into the water park. It's needed at the other end of the park where there is nothing. So that is a big complaint. They really do need to have something in place to stop people from overheating. It is just too hot for them to not have protection like that. The ride times are a big complaint because, again, the ride times are far, far too short. I understand the need to have short ride times at a big park like that, but a little bit longer than 30 seconds, you know what I mean? 30 seconds to a minute, that was just way, way too short. You don't even have time to enjoy the ride before it's over. We went on the yo-yo, the scrambler, and you hear people all around saying, God, that was too short. Even if there's nobody in line, they still cut the ride down. On the topic of rides, there were a few rides that were out of order, which also sucked because you're waiting and waiting. There's no sign up or anything. You're standing in line, and they finally come out and say, oh, no, we're not loading. There's something wrong with the ride, and that's a kind of scary thing. And you're paying all this money, and the rides aren't even working. What else? It is very, very expensive. Very, very expensive. Most things there are about $15 or more. Um, we we easily spent about $200 without even trying. I wore tennis shoes, and my shoes got saturated on the River Rapids ride, which was an awesome ride, by the way. And they were sloshing around. I was burning up. I just really needed my feet free, so we went and bought a pair of sandals for me. Josh wanted a pair of sandals for the same reason. That was, and he got a little deodorant, so that was $65 for those 3 items. Got a teddy bear and some fudge and a candy apple, and that was another $58. Got a caricature drawn of us with a put in a frame to protect it. That was over $80. So money goes, like that without even trying. Everything is outrageously expensive, which I guess is to be expected, but I haven't really been in a carnival environment since I was in my early 20s, and the prices were a shocker to me. I was like, oh my god. I'm just glad that we went there with money, because all in all, for the whole trip, we spent around $500 or more, and we wouldn't have been able to do anything if we didn't have that money. But the caricature was really cool. That artist was extremely talented, but he was really cool, and he did a great job. They don't have many games there, and the prizes they're mostly Pokemon stuff. They didn't really have much as far as games. They have a lot of roller coasters. Not so great if you're not a roller coaster fan, because the other rides, there's not that much. It's easy to get lost there. The water park was a great addition. I don't know what we would have done if there was no water park. The not the rapids, the little lazy river where you can just kind of walk around. That was fun. We went there twice. I would have stayed in there for half the day if I could have, but I don't know if you're supposed to get out or if you're allowed to keep going around, because people were complaining that people weren't getting out. So I didn't want to get in trouble for anything, so we just got out. And we went in the wave pool. That was fun too. They have a lot of stuff to look at. They have a lot of things to do, a lot of different kinds of restaurants. The park is massive. Overall, we did have a good time. It was a lot of fun. It was a great experience. It was a great day out. I just really wish that the ride times were slightly longer. The rides were all at least in working order, and they had some shelter for people waiting in line. Another complaint is that we were upsold a season pass for Fun Pics, where you get your picture taken during different things. They stop by and they're like, you guys want a picture? And people at work there will take a picture of you, and they'll give you a little card, and you take it and you scan it. Now those pictures are outrageously expensive. They're about $15 each just for a normal picture. We wanted to keep 6 pictures, so that would have cost so much. They sold us a season pass, and they said that gives us access to all of our pictures without the Carowinds watermark on it, full size. We could do whatever we want, blah 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 blah. That was $25. We bought that, logged in online, and they all have the watermark. Turns out you can't get it without the watermark unless you buy your own picture, print it out, or you buy it on a cup or something like that, which I think is very, very misleading. That is not what we were told. I didn't want to buy it and have the watermark, so the only thing I could do was open the preview and screenshot it so I could get it without the watermark. But the quality is not that great. It's still kind of fuzzy because they want you to pay for it. I just really didn't like that they made me believe that I could pay $25 and I could own the rights to my own picture, and I could download it without the watermark without having to pay an additional fee. Like, they were very, very money hungry, and that is not good. That is never good for a corporation, but I guess that's how things are nowadays. It's a good family place to be. I mean, I didn't see, there's no fighting, there's nobody rude. I got a lot of compliments, lots of people shouting across at me, oh my god, you look so good, oh my god, you're beautiful, I love your hair, and all that stuff. It was a very fun experience. People stop and talk to you, and you kind of meet people and chat while you're in line, for rides and things like that, and you share these experiences with strangers, and that's always great. It would be a much better experience going there when it's colder, so we are looking forward to finding out if the rides are open for the Winterfest or / New Year's, and if they are, we'll definitely be going back for that. Aside from that, the little complaints I have are not worth not going, but definitely, if you don't have a lot of money, it's probably not going to be as fun, because if there's little other things you want to buy or do, you're not going to have the money to do it because they charge so much. The fudge is excellent. It's handmade there in the store every morning, they said, using fresh milk, fresh dairy. We bought 2 pieces. They're like $8 each, and you buy 2 get 1 free. And they're big, thick bars. They're really, really good. And the candy apple wasn't so great. The candy coating on the outside was soft, and the apple inside was bruised. I took a couple bites, and you can see the bruising, so that kind of sucked. That was like $4. Bought a pretzel. The pretzel was delicious. Everybody that gives you the drinks is very nice. You get to choose whatever drinks you want. Sometimes if you got water, they didn't even scan it. They just let you get your free water, and the iced water is icy cold and delicious, and that just kind of keeps you going. I drink more water than I've drinking probably in a year at that place. So there, I mean, and the food is good. The burrito cafe was pretty good. They gave me lots of cheese on it, and big old thing of chips and salsa. And the pizza place had 2 pieces of pizza, and I didn't need to order extras because you can't have it customized. You just kind of pick what you want and take it and scan it, and you walk away with it. And but it was good. The food there is really good. You would think that would be kind of shoddy carnival fare, but it was actually pretty good. I was surprised. I was impressed. And I love the decorations for Carowinds. Carowinds is Carowinds Halloween celebration thing. They have Halloween themed things. You cannot go dressed up. They dress up. They have different things. They have the rides open. It's open till midnight, but it's only open for 3 hours. So the park's open till 5. It's shut down for 2 hours, and then you can come back for Carowinds. You have to buy an extra ticket for Carowinds though, and that's open from like 7 to midnight, or 8 to midnight, something like that. I think it's 8 to 12. And so you'd get to see the rides in the dark, which would be a great experience, and see the little, the Halloween stuff going on. I kind of wish we got to experience it, but from what I saw walking around the park, it just wasn't worth staying for that, or paying extra for that. But Christmas, the lights that I saw online and the videos, they look amazing. We definitely want to check out the winter stuff, but only if the rides are open, because otherwise that would be a lot of money just to look at lights. But yeah, it is a fun place to go. It is just really expensive. It can get aggravating waiting in line, waiting for the ride to be over like that. We went on probably less than 10 rides the whole time we were there, and we were there from 10 to 8, and we hardly got to get on any rides because the lines and waiting, and it gets so hot, you feel so sick, you just can't stand there in line all day burning up with no way to relieve yourself. It just really sucked. And the ride I wanted to go on the most was shut down, so that was unfortunate. And then the rapids, I wanted to go on the rapids more because the rapids was like the most fun, and they had like a 2-hour wait apparently, which sucked, and we didn't want to wait in line for 2 hours when the park was about to close. So that was unfortunate. The rapids is really fun. Do-si-do was amazing. We went on the carousel. The Scrambler, I love the Scrambler, love it. And Gold Rush, which is a wooden roller coaster, that was fun. And the swings, it's called, I forgot, the Zephyr or something like that. That was fun. And that's all we went on, and the water park. But I'd do it again. It was still an experience. I loved being out there with him, and at least if we ever went when it was hot again, I would know exactly what to do and what to wear, which would have to be next to nothing because it is too damn hot. Buy a hat or something. And in the winter, I get to be fully dressed up and still have a good time, which would be ideal. I wish that they stayed open longer because nobody had any lights on as well. Carnivals are always so beautiful when everything's lit up, and it would have been great to have been able to experience that, but right when it was getting dark, they closed, and it's only the start of September. I don't see why they would cut the hours so short already, but they are. I guess that's about it. And the pictures that they take of you are actually really good. I don't like people taking my pictures because they're usually really unflattering, and I make the dumbest faces, and they stop you when you're walking, and they're like, you want us to take a picture? And you're unprepared for it, and you just kind of, okay. and they say, "Are you a couple?" And if you say yes, they're like, "Give him a kiss," and you turn and you give him a kiss or whatever, and they snap the picture, and there's every chance that those pictures would come out awful because they're half paying attention. They're just kind of, they're just in and out, hand you the card, in and out, hand you the card, but the pictures are surprisingly good. They are really good at what they do there, I tell you that. They take these pictures, you see them, and you're like, man, I kind of want to buy that, and that's exactly what they want. So I was really impressed with the photographers there. Very, very happy. And if we go back, I think even though I can't get my own pictures and I was kind of misled with the whole season pass thing, that is the best option. And I think if we go back again, I'm going to seek out the season pass first, and then I'm going to go around the park and try to get every single person I can to take our picture, because I'm going to want more than $25 for 6 pictures when we could go around the park and get them to take lots and lots and lots of pictures. That'll be more worth the money, in my opinion. So I think that's going to be the plan next time. And that's it for now. Thank you so much for listening to this. We had a great time. I wish that I could have recorded more. And have you ever been? Have you ever heard of it? Did you go before? Was it like this before, if you've been there? Because he says it wasn't, and I would have loved to have experienced it back when it was cheaper, rides were longer, and there was more stuff to do. But I'm still happy enough with it. It reminds me of Western Playland. I can't stop but compare El Paso's Western Playland with North Carolina's Carowinds in my head. But I'm just glad that there is a carnival like that I got to go to. It's been so many years since I've gotten to go to one. I mean, I was a bit worried because I last went in my 20s, and now I'm in my 40s, and I'm like, what if I get dizzy on the rides and I get sick and I get there and I'm just too old and I can't handle it? But I had a really good time, and it was a great experience to share with my husband, and I loved it. So thank you so much for listening to this blabbering on again, and I will see you guys next video. Ooh, this is the fudge that we got at Carowinds. They make it on site every morning. Sorry for my nail polish, I scraped it off so I could repaint my nails today. This is what we got. It was buy 2 get 1 free. They're pretty big bars. They're thick and really heavy. So we got 1 each and 1 to split. This is Josh's. It is mint chocolate. This is the one to split, and this is peanut butter chocolate, and this one is mine, and this is called Tiger Stripes or Tiger Blood or something like that, and it's basically Butterfinger. So there was that. This is the bear that we got, and I mean, my color is red and Josh's is blue, but my secondary color is green because that's my favorite of my hair colors. And this was a really pretty bear. It doesn't have the year on the foot, but we'll write it on the tag or something. This is quite soft, probably one of the cheapest things that they actually had there, but he is so adorable. This is the caricature that we had drawn of us. It's a pretty good size, you can see from my hand. And you can't choose your own body. You pick, whatever bodies they have on the picture, and they just draw your head and your face, your hair and your head and your face. And I chose the beach scene because it was so hot. Other stuff were like playing sports or ice skating, so the beach fit more than anything else. And the guy, we recorded it, but he drew it in front of us, and he did a really good job. He did it so fast, and we had gone by and inquired about it, and they framed it for us and everything. And he said, if the girl with the blue hair comes back, they're mine. I'm gonna draw them. Nobody else draws them. So that was pretty cool, and we're really happy with it. We're gonna hang it up as soon as I go out there in the living room, probably.